I hate theater. I do. Because it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I do when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for a show to begin? I pray, oh dear God, let it be a good show, and let it be short. 2 hours is fine, right? But 3, way too long. Oh, and keep the actors out of the audience. God, because I didn't pay good money just to come and have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a story and a couple of good songs that'll take me away. I just want to be entertained. Because isn't that the point? Amen. You know, there was a time when people would sit in darkened theaters like this one, and they would think to themselves, what have George and Ira Gershwin got for us tonight? Or can Cole Porter really pull it off again? But now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue this charade? Sitting there in that darkened theater, you knew that when the show began, you would be taken to another world, a world full of color and music and glamour, and you'd think, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? Oh, how things have changed. Oh. Hello, everybody. How are we all tonight? Good to hear. Myself, I'm feeling a little blue, if I'm being honest. You ever get that way, a little anxious for no particular reason, and a little sad that you should be feeling anxious? Certain non-specific anxiety, which results in self-centered sadness, which is a state that I've categorized as blue. Anyways, whenever I feel this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was digging through my records this morning yes, records, in search of one of my favorite shows, Meredith Willson's The Music Man, because I had a craving for young Ronnie Howard. But then I thought, no, let's have a treat. Let's take a dip into the decadent world of the 1920s, when the champagne flowed while the caviar chilled, and life was one big party. Well, for the wealthy, anyways. So I dug around, and what did I find but one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Remember, music by Julie Gable and lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's the 2-record set, which is remastered from the original recording made in 1928. It's the full cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Just look at her. Isn't she just elegant? And this is a full 10 years before she was Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Let me read to you what it says in the back. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Of course, gay wedding has a different meaning now, but back then it just meant fun. And that's exactly what the show is. It's fun. So, would you indulge me? Would you let me play the record for you now? Yes. I was hoping you would say yes. Okay. Y'all hear that? You all hear that? That's static? I love that sound. To me, it's the sound of a time machine starting up. All right, let's visualize. It's November 1928, and you all have just arrived at the Morosco Theater in New York. It's very cold. But remember when it was cold in November? Not anymore. November's the new August now. It's global warming. We're all gonna die. Anyways, it's very cold. And a heavy gray sleep is falling from the sky, but you don't care, because you're about to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't this just wonderful? Isn't it just wonderful? Oh, it helps if you close your eyes. Overtures, you're out of time now. I miss them. It's the show's way of welcoming you. Hello, the meal isn't quite ready yet, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's what an overture is. A a musical appetizer, a cuckoo platter of tunes. Oh, what's this? Something new. Sounds like a dance tune. Kind of frolicking. Maybe involving pirates. Oh, this is it. This is the moment when the music starts to build. And you know you're only seconds away from being transported. Oh, the curtain's going up. I cannot wait. Yes, madam.
How do I look?
You look radiant, madam.
I do love this dress. It never goes out of style.
It's a miracle, madam.
My dress, my fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it. I must confess. My dress. I love my dress. But someone tell me why I put it on.
Yes. Your dress, your fancy dress. Pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing it. God bless your dress. It's one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Now you're the host, and it's happy wedding time. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will jingling, and we will sing along.
Your dress, your fancy dress. We're very, very glad you put it on.
Wedding guests have come.
Wedding guests are here. Wedding guests are at the door, and soon they will appear.
I'm Rollins, the bridegroom. I'm here to marry guests. The star of bells is Scully's who I love. George, that's George, his best man, George. I'm honored to be doing what our best man ought. Oh, Mrs. Cottingdale, now don't you worry. I have this whole wedding planned out. The key is organization, see? Each string represents a task yet to be completed. The pagan musicians, the elder florist, and the minister. This whole wedding's gonna run like clockwork.
I'm belting, producer, I lost my leading lady. I've gotta stop this wedding or I age across the squad.
I'm kidding, just kidding. I think with Mr. Weldon, I'll be a leading lady if I get my shot.
We're pastry chefs. We cross our hearts, we're pastry chefs. Our bakery is what we got.
Adolfo, my name is Adolfo. I am the king of romance. So I kiss along.
You are the king of romance, so you kiss along. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Someone hasn't come, someone isn't here. Where is Janet Vanderbilt and when will she appear? Drowsy. It's really happening, truly happening. Almost
course, my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. I mean, what more do you need for an evening's entertainment? Wonderful, and we will all ding along. And I don't even know what that means. All right, I'm gonna take you through this record best I can. So to begin, we start with a welcome from the love-struck groom.
Well, I just wanted to thank you all for coming. I tell you, I must be some lucky fellow. Who would have thought that I, Robert Martin, would be marrying a glamorous showgirl, and that same glamorous showgirl would be giving up her successful career for me, Robert Martin.
Aww.
Now, the warm prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass.
Oh, here, here.
To Miss Janet Van de Graaff, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Absolutely not.
Excuse me?
The groom mustn't see his bride on the day of the wedding. It's bad luck.
I hope you all heard that, because that is the plot. Basically, just hang on for the ride.
Breakfast will now be served in the Arabian room.
Oh, great.
Say, it's a little early to be drinking, isn't it?
I don't understand.
Look, you keep Janet away from Robert. You understand? You're the chaperone. That's your only job.
Who's my little monkey?
I am. I'm your little monkey.
So the bride and the groom are whisked away, and we all turn our attention to the B plot, which involves the producer.
Miss Feldick!
Can Mary leave in show business?
Mr. Feldick!
Doesn't she know I got obligations?
Mr. Feldick! I can be your leading lady. You said it yourself. I'm useless in the chorus.
Kitty, for the last time, you ain't got what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons, singing and acting and ballet.
Ballet?
Yeah, I'm pretty good too. Last week auditioned for Swanee Lake.
Now, a little annotation. Kitty and Feldziek were actually a couple in real life, Jack and Sadie Adler. Now, this is a familiar comic construct, a stupid woman and her long-suffering companion. Well, she appears stupid. In the end, she does something clever. It makes everyone wonder whether it's all just an act. The irony here is that Sadie actually was extremely stupid. Jack had to explain all of the jokes to her, apparently. But still, she had a wonderful career up on the stage. Theater was the only place where stupid people could earn a decent living at that time. Well, this is before television, of course.
Kitty, I don't have time.
Tea for Mr. Felton?
Not now.
Perhaps a nice profiterole.
Boys, I'm not hungry.
Then perhaps we can give you something else that you want.
Yeah, something that ain't food.
What?
The confusion is to be expected. Although we stand before you and you guys as pastry chefs, we are also
And primarily,
employees of a certain individual
Certain individual?
a certain individual.
who happens to be the single largest investor in Feldzig's Follies. He has sent us here
As pastry chefs,
to express his concern about Miss Menegar's impending nuptials.
specifically,
That to get married and leave the show.
then there ain't no show.
Say, don't I know you two?
No, you don't.
Well, have you ever spent any time in Toledo?
You ever spent any time at a co-op?
No, but I have a cousin in Seattle.
Kitty! Boys, tell your boss this wedding is never gonna happen.
Oh, we'll take your word, all right.
But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now, I hope we have made ourselves perfectly clear.
One can only hope.
This gotta be kidding me.
I didn't trifle much?
Don't talk with me.
Boys, you can drop the pastry chef acts.
Alas, we get ash.
We're on the lamb.
Lamb's an entree with macaroni.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Gangsters, played by interchangeable vaudeville duo, the Tall brothers, John and Peter Tall. Originally named Abram and Mendel Maslotzkowitz, they were renamed by a sarcastic Ellis Island official. They're an early example of your typical Broadway gangster, full of stylized movements and fancy wordplay, but not very intimidating. Unless dancers intimidate you, which they do to me, but that's another story.
We'll leave the matter in your hands, Mr. Belsey.
In the meantime, feel free to browse this
Good, Presto.
Private Toledo's surprise.
It's to die for.
Holy cats, Mr. Belton! The gangsters!
Very perceptive, Kitty. Now go powder your nose. God, I gotta stop this wedding, but how? Oh, Lord in heaven, how?
Yeah, I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. Anyways, with the scene well on its way, let's go to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom. He was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. Percy Hyman got his start as the all-bright toothpaste man. His flashing smile adorned each and every tube. All-bright was very popular in the early 1920s because it contained cocaine. It's true, it's the fifth ingredient down, right after sugar. Anyways, it wasn't long before he was a huge matinee idol.
Now, don't you worry. It's perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Of course.
I love Percy Hyman. Of course, there are those people that say he wasn't a very good actor, but to those people I say, shut up.
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man. Shaking and quaking, trembling like them fraidy cats do. Something big be bothering you. Cold feet, brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little bit of young feet. Old feet can be uncontrolled. Rather make them cold feet strong down the aisle. Cross the arches, they can turn and swing. Icy toes and jive. Red arches played in ragtime swing. Make frigid souls come alive and take that dive. Old feet, turn into cold feet. Rhythm make them cold feet hot.
Just say, well, what else? Just slide back into your mud hole, you backstabbing worm. Well, now I have to find another minister. Say, what are you up to?
Singing a song an old Negro taught me. A Dixie remedy for wedding day jitters.
You think you've got jitters? You've got the easy part. I've still got to get rice, boutonnieres, and a minister. I have the weight of the wedding on my shoulders.
George, feel like you got cold feet.
What do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I do?
Cold feet.
What do I want? Soul feet?
No! Make cold feet hot.
Drowsy Hyman was a wonderful performer. Personally, I like to think of him panting and sweating after a long dance routine. Oh, he's actually still alive, you know. I saw him on the news recently, celebrating his 100th birthday. To say the passing years have taken their toll on him would be a grotesque understatement. They wheeled him out, and he had that wide-eyed look of pained confusion that God reserves to the very, very old on their birthdays. You know, the one that says, "Who are you? And who am I? And why is this cake on fire?" You know what I'm talking about? Anyways.
All right. That's enough of that, dancing around like a fool.
Sorry, George. Just trying to calm my nerves. It is my wedding day after all.
Well, you could have snapped an ankle. Tap dancing is too dangerous. Why don't you, go out for a skate instead? That's what I like to do when I want to blow off some steam.
What would I do without you, George?
Wait a minute. What was I thinking? Oh, no. You're not going out like that, my friend. You might see Janet. Here, put on this blindfold.
George, you think of everything.
Just looking out for you, my boy. And no more tap dancing. Wedding bells ring. Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will sound.
You know what? Just ignore it. Just ignore it. It does it sometimes. It rings and rings and rings and rings. God almighty, what do you want? Hello, you've reached my answering machine. Leave a short message after the tone and I'll call you back at my convenience. Well, that's it. The moment's ruined. Thank you, life. You know what it's like? It's like a cell phone going off in a theater. God, I hate that. Oh, hello, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just in a theater, you know, ruining the moment. Oh, I can get out tonight, so I just thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry, that was an overreaction. Sorry, everybody, sorry. Let's just brush that off. Let's just brush that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. Do you want to know why? Because they didn't have phones in 1928. But I'm sure they had something for the ruining of moments, like bugles or something.
Happy wedding song.
So, the scene shifts. We find the glamorous Janet entertaining questions from reporters as she lounges by the pool.
Miss Vandegraff, is it true that you're giving up a successful career to marry a man you hardly know?
Yes, Robert and I met on the Lido deck of the Ile de France. He amused me with stories of his father's oil interest. We spooned briefly, and then he proposed.
So you won't return to the stage ever?
I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't.
Can we quote you on that?
Of course. One more question.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Why would anyone put olives in a Gibson?
I got a question. How can you give up the footlights when you know very well you got grease paint in your veins?
Victor, please.
Janet, I'm begging you. Dump the mug. Stay with the follies. I'll give you anything you want. I'll put your name above mine on the marquee.
Oh, Victor, if you think this is about vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to sing tunes. I don't want to ride moons no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to wear this no more. Play the saucy Swiss Miss or blow my signature no more. I don't want to show off. Don't try to control me. I've made up my mind, and that's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind. I don't want to be cute no more. Make the gentleman hoot no more. I don't want to wear fruit no more. I don't want to show off. You don't want to show off no more. Not me. Reading in my heels no more. Going red heels no more. I don't want to show off. She don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. She don't want to show off no more. Off no more. Not me. Woo! I don't want to show. Please. No more attention. I've counted to 10. And I'm through. Adieu. You'll never see this. You'll never see this. Never see this. Never see that. Never see these again. Oh? What is she doing? What is she doing? I don't want to change keys no more. I don't want to be a tease no more. I don't want to say cheese no more. I don't care if you scoff. I don't want to be cheered no more. Praised no more. Grabbed no more. Touched no more. Loved no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. I don't want to show off no more.
Did I miss something?
Well, Mr. Belzig, it's painfully obvious that Miss Van Crest has no interest in returning to the stage.
Can't you see it's killing her soul?
Boy, don't worry. This is not over.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't have an encore. I don't want an encore.
That was Jane Roberts as the bride. Oh, she was the Oops girl. Surely you all remember the Oops girl. Don't you people read? She was billed as a girl whose energy was so great it made the men around her have accidents, spill their drinks, and crash their cars. And after, she would go, oops. Of course, I'm not doing it justice, but the people, they ate it up. She made a bunch of movies about it. Oops, The Oops Girl, Oops Girl Come Home, and Oops Girl at Sea, which actually won an Oscar for Best Special Effects.
All right, begging and groveling didn't work. On the plan B. And for that, I'm gonna need an accomplice, someone gullible with loose morals. I'm gonna need what do you call him? A European.
In walks Aldolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Aldolfo was played by former silent film star and world-class alcoholic Roman Bartelli. Oh, remember, he was the one who drank himself to death at his chateau in Nice. Yeah, it took the police weeks to find his body, and by that time he was consumed by his poodles. Relax, he was only partially consumed.
Excuse me, I don't believe we've met.
I am Aldolfo.
You are Aldolfo?
Yes, I am Aldolfo.
Not the Aldolfo?
Yes, I am Aldolfo.
Funny, you don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes, what?
Why, just now I overheard the groom saying that Aldolfo is a scoundrel. I just heard him say that.
What? Aldolfo? A scoundrel?
Those very words.
Aldolfo is a scoundrel!
It's like I'm hearing it again.
This is outrageous! He is saying to people, to beautiful ladies, why, I must!
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, I must take this groom into my own hands and kill him!
Yeah, no, don't kill him. Just hurt him enough so he can't get married.
Ah, show me to this groom. Wait,
What?
what kind of man is this groom? A big man?
Well,
A burly fellow?
well, he's big on the outside.
No. Aldolfo, do not fight big men. Only small, pale, wheezy little fellows that Aldolfo can punt very far away. But no big men.
So you're a lover, not a fighter.
Yes, Aldolfo is lover of beautiful ladies. Some call me the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. The best way to get back at a man is through his...
Door.
No. The best way to get back at a man is through
Window.
his... No! Back at a man. Revenge. Through his...
There is no other way. I'm not Santa Claus coming down the chimney.
Through his woman.
Ah, through his woman.
Yes, Aldolfo. You must seduce his woman.
His woman.
His bride.
Aldolfo will make love to this bride. That will show everyone that Aldolfo is no scoundrel. Show me to this bride. Wait,
What?
what kind of woman is this bride? A big woman?
No.
A burly woman?
No, she's a cat's pajamas.
Pajamas?
A looker. An attractive woman.
Ah, show me to this cat in pajamas. Aldolfo will make her poor.
Stop.
Like a cat in pajamas.
God.
Roman Bartelli, just chewing the scenery. You could never get away with a performance like that nowadays, because modern contemporary audiences are too sophisticated for broad racial stereotypes. And so we banished them to Disney, because let the children sort it out.
Underling,
Yes, madam.
the pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide us with liquor for the party, but remember, Underling, we have to be discreet.
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition, after all.
I'm aware of that, madam.
We'll have to use code words. For instance, if somebody asks for a glass of ice water, it really means they want a glass of vodka.
You got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Ice.
Vodka.
Well, you see, that's nothing. One less thing to do. Underling, I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather tiring, and I would enjoy a refreshing glass of ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
I hate this scene.
No, I really do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam?
Yes, a glass of ice water. Are you going deaf?
Would that I were. Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
You can see where this is going, right? It's basically just a series of spit takes. You know, some elements of the Drowsy Chaperone were actually quite progressive for its day.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
Yes. Others were stale in 1928. You know what? I'm just going to skip ahead.
That was... Where do you think you're going?
Fetch some lime juice, madam.
Lime juice? For heaven's sake, why?
I'm going to wring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
Now, you all might be asking yourselves, because it was quite a peculiar scene, what was that doing in the show? Well, it's very simple, really. There's a song coming up, and they needed something to allow for the set change, which is why they did it. It's mechanics.
In a few short hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning. Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
Now, this is a very, very interesting scene. The only scene, in fact, where we see Jane Roberts and Beatrice Stockwell alone together on stage at the same time. Jane Roberts, at the time, was an emerging star, but Beatrice Stockwell, she was already very well established and a force to contend with.
I'm so full of apprehension, but I guess that's normal given the circumstances. Have you ever been married, Chaperone?
No, I drink out of pleasure, not out of necessity.
I'm afraid we're all out of olives, madam.
Have you ever been married, Underling?
Heavens no, madam. If I'm going to serve a woman, I'd rather be paid for my efforts.
Oh, you too. I know it seems crazy to give up a successful career to marry a man I hardly know. But somehow, for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big monkey eyes, I get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Well, not necessarily. The wooziness could be caused by a number of things. I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Beatrice Stockwell was known for her rousing anthems. She entertained and inspired the troops of every major world conflict up to and including the Falklands War. Well, by that time, she was in her late 80s, and her anthems didn't so much rouse as stupefy. But still, she demanded that there be a rousing anthem in everything she performed in, even if it didn't make sense. And you just couldn't say no to her. That is star power.
Really, you're not being the least bit helpful. Couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration.
Inspiration? Really, dear, that's not my forte.
Chaperone, if you could at least try.
As we stumble along, cross life's crazy labyrinth. As we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way through life's crazy labyrinth, barely knowing left from right, nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along.
That was quite nice, Chaperone. But I'm still conflicted.
Oh, let me explain.
It's right through this curtain. Well,
It's a dismal little world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents, Antarctica. Oh, please.
Antarctica, please.
But you mustn't let it lick you. This planet, oh so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your hand. As we stumble along, cross life's crowded dance floor, as we push and we shout, we live and we learn. And when we finally leave the bar and we see that morning star, we pull our straps up and homeward turn. Then we stumble away through dawn's blinding sunbeams, there to all we right from wrong, or left from wrong. But the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along, as we stumble, fumble, pull up, as we stumble
Basically, she sings a rousing anthem about alcoholism. That's what I love about her. She basically just does what she wants, when she wants, regardless of the needs or concerns of others. My mother was like that.
That was quite inspiring, Chaperone. But I am still conflicted. Is Robert the man for me?
Oh, my dear, that's something you'll have to decide for yourself.
But I just don't know if he loves me.
Well, why don't you ask him? Why don't you say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert! and I'm not allowed to see him. It's your job to keep me away from him.
You're right, and I take that responsibility very, very seriously. However, at the moment, I'm just feeling terribly, terribly drowsy. I am afraid I have to lie down. Now, whatever you do, don't go wandering through the gardens to find your fiancé and ask him the question on which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, Chaperone. I just have to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny little fool. Still, I envy her. One will love come crashing through my door.
Look who it is. It's Adolfo, come to seduce the bride.
I am Adolfo.
Oh yeah, just trying not to think of the poodles at this part.
I am Adolfo, and your bride.
No, I am not.
What? This is bride or sweet and you are the only one here? Therefore, you must be bride.
Interesting argument, but I am afraid you are a moron.
What?
Me, no bride. Perhaps I could take a message.
Yes, very good. Dear Van de Graaf bride, I, Adolfo, must make love to you and transport you to the place of ecstasy. Sooner is better. Sign Adolfo, King of Romance.
Well, you've seen through my little ruse. You found me out.
So you are the bride?
Apparently, yes. Take me, Adolphus.
No, wait. Not Adolphus. Adolfo. You must remember my name or it will spoil everything. How shall I make you remember?
I'm sure that you have heard the name Adolfo. A ladies' man who wins a claim Adolfo. When loveliness I am the same Adolfo. When I introduce myself, I am Adolfo.
Nice to meet you. Shall we?
Not so fast!
Now just in case you didn't hear Adolfo, I'll try to make it very clear, Adolfo. The lovely ladies always hear Adolfo. When I repeat myself, I am Adolfo.
Understood.
I can sing it high, Adolfo. I can sing it low, Adolfo. Sing it very fast, Adolfo. I can sing it very slowly. I do it now, but it will take hours.
Now let us see if you remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
Now who's the fellow that you see?
Adolfo.
And how should you refer to me?
Adolfo.
And who is it I'll always be?
Adolfo.
Now sing it proudly.
You are Adolfo.
Now let me spell it out for you. For all of you lovely ladies who didn't hear for some reason. Maybe you are hard of hearing or something. I don't know. It goes. I am Adolfo.
always my mother's favorite number for some reason. I think it was secretly her fantasy to be swept off her feet by a Latin lover. And I mean a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. But hey, that's what musicals are all about, right? Romantic fantasy. Falling in love at the drop of a hat. Spontaneous tangoing. Or suddenly finding yourself in a very romantic occasion.
Oh, Rob, look out! Oh,
Sorry, ma'am. I'm getting married today, so I have to wear a blindfold.
a blindfold?
Say, who am I speaking to anyhow?
Why, it's me. Mimi from France.
This scene cannot be more ridiculous.
So, you're marrying Janet Van der Graaf? No?
Oui.
I hear she's very beautiful.
Oui.
And glamorous.
Oui, oui.
Is it true that she has an exceptionally broad range and excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles?
Say, I'm having a little trouble placing your accent. What part of France are you from?
The middle part? Where they make the toast? So, you were telling me about your, how do you say it in English? Fiancé?
That's right.
So, tell me, when was the moment when you knew she was the only one for you?
It's a funny story, actually. We were standing on the Lido deck of the Ile-de-France.
Yes?
I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
I looked into her eyes, her big, glamorous eyes, and I felt all woozy.
And then you fell, and then you fell?
Yes, right on my keister, and I said, well, I guess I don't have my sea legs yet.
But we haven't left the dock.
That's what she said, and that's when I knew it must be love. Oh, it's right. There was a time I'd stop on a dime. Poor parents was one of my talents. But since you came around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a mishap about to ensue. I'm the toy on the stair, the three-legged chair, the hand that's been caught by a shoe. When my two lovesick arms started flapping, there was nothing my ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen, so how be I happen to you?
And then what happened?
She joined in.
When men say I'm sweet, when they fall at my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul. So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen.
That's right.
A catastrophe destined to be.
That's me. I'm the rags in the cellar.
A broken umbrella, a branch hanging loose from a tree. I can see myself jumping and clapping for a man who lives dangerously. You're an accident waiting to happen, so hurry, it happened to me.
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
So hurry and happen to Wait a minute! You kissed a strange French girl on your wedding day? Oh!
No, wait, I can explain. Please.
Well, well, well. It seems as though the blindfold and the fake French accent have led to quite the misunderstanding. Will it all work out in the end? Of course it will. It's a musical. Everything always works out in musicals, and nothing ever works out in real life. And the only people that suddenly burst into song and dance are hopelessly deranged.
Mr. Felton!
Where's that philanderer foreign?
Mr. Felton!
How long does it take to seduce
Mr.
one?
Felton! You don't need Janet no more.
Kitty, not now.
Oh, but I've been working on my mind-reading act. Presenting Kitty the Incomprehensible! Now think of something.
I'm thinking of something.
Okay. I'm getting it. Don't forget to pick up some milk and a loaf of rye bread. And don't forget to shave your legs. Huh?
You're reading your own mind, you idiot.
Well, no wonder it was so easy.
Mr. Felton!
It would seem the wedding is going according to schedule.
Now it's time you received your just desserts. What do you say, partner? I will cook up something special for Mr. Feltzig here.
How about a Toledo surprise?
An inspired choice.
A Toledo surprise. I've never heard of that before.
No, you haven't. Those few that have are generally never heard from again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First you chop the nuts,
Then you pound the dough.
then you bake it up.
Nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise!
Run that by me one more time?
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Feltzig.
First you chop the nuts,
Then you pound the dough,
then you bake it up.
nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise!
Why don't we give Mr. Feltzig taste?
All right.
Hold it. What style? What rhythm? What grace? Open your fist. Now shake them. Now give me that recipe one more time. Da 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 da. Go.
Chop the nuts,
Pound the dough,
bake it up.
Front.
nice and slow.
Toledo surprise.
Now sell it.
Hit the beat, feel the spin, push it up.
Toledo surprise.
Now you're getting it.
Then you sweeten it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it snap. Try it got it Toledo surprise.
Boys are natural.
Honest?
Yeah. Turn it up. I'll go work on the contract. Hey. A 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, underwhelm me and you act.
You put gangsters in the show and you won't put me in? They're not even in the union.
It's for you. And these gangsters are your backup dancers.
Backup dancers? Holy cats! That hot Toledo, let's do my libido. One, yes indeed, sugary yum yum.
Wait! Aldalfo has announced it! Your rating is off!
What? For the love of God, why?
Aldalfo has made love to the bride!
Oh?
That's not the bride, you idiot. That's the chaperone.
What? The wedding is on.
The wedding is off!
What?
Robert kissed a French girl. Her name is Mimi. She's very beautiful.
I couldn't help it, Janet. She was just like you. Only French.
Oh!
Sweet mother of pearl.
Constantine,
Yes, madam.
what is all this commotion?
The wedding, madam.
Oh! There's going to be a wedding.
Not anymore. Oh, what a tragedy. What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy. Here's the floor, boy. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, when it tries to rise, don't let it. Toledo surprise. Wait till it's ready.
Now it's looking ready.
Why are we dancing? Our dreams are in tatters.
Yes, yes, but the tune is so infectious.
Oh, Robert, this is the saddest day of my life.
Wedding bells won't ring, wedding bells won't chime. They will never celebrate their happy wedding
And that's that. The curtain falls. And now it's time for intermission. Or at least it would be if we were actually at the Morosco Theater in New York watching the Drowsy Chaperone. Which, of course, we are not. I hate intermissions, you know, because they ruin the magic. They yank you back into reality. 1 minute, you're in a world full of music and glamour, and the next, bang, you're surrounded by tourists. Crinkling candy wrappers and complaints about the lack of women's restrooms. It's cruel. It's a power bar. See, because I have a blood sugar problem. Yeah, I have to eat several small meals throughout the day. Otherwise, I get jittery. I know it's rude, but you would like this as opposed to the alternative. Believe you me. Believe you me. You know, I remember my wedding day. I didn't eat breakfast, and the ceremony wasn't until around 4:30 in the afternoon. I do. What? Are you surprised? Are you surprised that I was married? Well, there you go. You shouldn't go making assumptions about people that you don't really know, because I'm a very complicated person. I have to pee now. Don't worry, I'll be very, very quick. And in the meantime, you all can listen to the beginning of Act 2.
Bye.
such emperor. Sometimes a different perspective can change your point of view.
What?
Precisely. What is it about the Asians that fascinates Caucasians? What is it about the Asians that's so nice? Is it the wontons, the egg rolls, the rice? Perhaps it's Buddha or Confucius or their excellent advice.
This is about the Caucasians that mystifies me best. What is it about the Caucasians that's so hard? They call the pussy lady a broad. They spell upon the chest and they only have one god. Impossible.
No. Sorry, everybody. That was not from the Drowsy Chaperone. That was from a different musical entirely. Okay, explanation time. I have a woman, and she comes in and she cleans every month or so, and she does a very good job, don't get me wrong, and she cleans the things that I absolutely refuse to, but she has this habit of putting away my records in the wrong sleeves. Even though I tell her, no touch records, Carmela, no touch records. That song was actually the beginning of Act 2 of another Gable and Stein musical called The Enchanted Nightingale, a degrading piece of chinoiserie about an emperor who receives a message from a magic bird to marry his American elocutionist instead of his betrothed. And then he ends up building the Great Wall of China, which is actually a huge slap in the face for around 4,000 years of ancient Chinese history. But still, it had some great tunes. Did you recognize Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone? And that was Roman Bartelli as the emperor. Yes, he truly was a man of 1,000 accents, each one extremely insulting. But Act 2 of The Drowsy Chaperone begins with this. A haunting lament from a very depressed bride. She sings this on her balcony, bathed in the pale blue light from a sympathetic moon, which makes absolutely no sense because it's the middle of the day. Oh yeah, and while you're listening to this, just ignore the lyrics. I know, it's going to be difficult, but just block them out. They're not the best, but the tune is beautiful, and it really conveys the bride's state of mind, but just ignore the lyrics.
I put a monkey on a pedestal and tried to make that monkey stay. And he did for a time, but he needed to climb, and with other monkeys play far away. He left his jacket on that pedestal beside his tiny rusty cup, and I haven't got the strength to pick them up. Oh, monkey, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you.
I'm just gonna make myself a brandy quickly.
Come, my little monkey, come, my little monkey.
The tune, isn't it just beautiful? And it just floats in the air. And I have to admit, I always get a little bit misty-eyed when I think of that jacket just lying there. Its long sleeves just draped all the way down to the floor.
Oh, monkey, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal
Pedestal.
for you. Come, my little monkey. Come, my little monkey.
Who are you?
I'm Janet Vandegraff.
Do you need anyone?
I don't need anyone.
What about the love of a man?
What do I care about the love of one man when I am adored by millions? Do I need to be so gloomy? No, no, no! I hate the world, so I chose Sigmund Freud sends flowers to me every show. Gertrude sighed, she handed me a rose.
Now you just let's go.
I'm Janet Vandegraff. Ain't no nail that I can't hammer. I give up a life of glamour, life of glamour, life of glamour. No!
I love this part. She has a complete mental breakdown.
I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm fantastic, destitute. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to spread mirth no more. Be the greatest on earth no more. I don't wanna, I wanna, I don't wanna, I wanna, I don't, I do, I don't, I do, I don't, I don't wanna shine. And I think George and in futuristic George and in millions will do just fine. But any future I could ever care to shape includes just one two-time cat who drives me. She put a monkey on a pedestal. What a fool I've been and tried to make that monkey. I know now that I love you, and I threw it all away. I love you not to climb, and with other monkeys, is love ever enough? That's a story of a monkey gone astray. I asked monkey, monkey, the stars, monkey, monkey, above. Is it the monkey or my pedestal?
Don't you just love that number? It has a little bit of everything. A little Busby Berkeley and a little Jane Goodall. And that is another thing that I love about musicals. A character is faced with a crisis. And what do? They burst into song and dance, which is so much more interesting than just complaining about it. But hey, that's the glory of musical theater. I mean, you see what I mean? You manage to be happy for 5 seconds, then something just starts ringing.
What a beautiful day for a wedding.
Shall I have the pews removed now, or would you rather me wait until the morning?
Okay, I'm gonna stop it here because I do not want this scene to be interrupted by the sound of something ringing. Here, we have two vaudeville stars who have just slipped through the cracks of time. I'm talking about Noel Fitzpatrick and Ukulele Lil, and I know absolutely nothing about them. I suppose Ukulele Lil at one point played the ukulele, although she doesn't in the show. I even tried to find out more about her. I went through all of my books, nothing. I even tried the internet, but all of my searches just ended with Tiny Tim's autopsy photos. I don't know, but anyway, they're both charming.
But why would you have the pews removed?
The bride has called off the wedding, madam.
Oh, underling, never listen to a bride on her wedding day. Love is a very complex emotion.
Yes, madam.
You see, one minute you're very close to someone, and the next minute, why, you just want to strangle them. Do you understand?
I am very familiar with the urge to strangle, yes.
You see, underling, that's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret. But here's a fact of life.
quite tacky. Excuse me, madam, while I pour myself a glass of ice.
Love sneaks up behind you. Love down. Love can never just be around. Love has certainly been kind to my love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I don't mean him, you silly kid. Love is always lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Love is always
Oh, yes, yes, yes. That number was quite charming. But to a certain extent, and for some reason, that number, it just pisses me off. Now, I'm going to say something here, and yes, I have been drinking, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that love is not always lovely in the end. Often in the end, there are lawyers. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that number is naive, and irresponsibly so. Sorry. I guess I just thought that needed to be said for the benefit of the young people. But I won't interrupt anymore. Oh, okay, there's a moment coming up that I've just become obsessed with. Just wait.
Oh, chaperone, there you are. I'm in a terrible state.
Oh, you certainly are. You can't go to the wedding dressed like that.
You poor dear. Haven't you heard? The wedding's been called off.
Oh, not your wedding. Mine. Oh, that reminds me. May I borrow your veil?
You're getting married, but to whom?
Ah, beautiful lady with baffled expression.
You're marrying Aldolfo?
Look, I know it's surprising, but when I look into his eyes, his big, clumsy eyes, well, I feel all drowsy. And that's love, isn't it?
Yes, that is love. Help me!
There you are. All right, I'm going to put my cards on the table. I got a weak heart. Can't take the pressure. If this goes on any longer, the old ticker's gonna give out. Now, please, tell me, is there going to be a wedding or not?
Yes.
Thank the good Lord in heaven!
Aldolfo and the chaperone are getting married.
What?
There you are. I have wonderful news. There's going to be a wedding.
We know.
You know?
Yes, we just heard.
But who told you?
I did.
And how did you know?
What difference does it make?
Mrs. Tondale and I are to be married at the garden at 7:30 this evening.
What?
What? Yes.
Well, congratulations to everyone.
Say, what kind of cockamamie wedding is this? Everybody's getting married except the bride and groom.
Oh, Janet, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Janet, please don't be like that. It is our wedding day after all. Can't you find it in your heart to marry me? I mean, George's gone to all this trouble. Well, I really do love you more than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
Yes, and I just can't understand it. I know this may sound ridiculous, but when I was kissing that French girl, why, it was just like kissing you.
Oh, Robert, you were kissing me.
I mean, your Mimi? That French accent was remarkably accurate.
Why, thank you. I developed it while playing Monique and Hold That Baguette.
There you are. Before you do anything, think about this. No matter how well you play the part of the happy wife, you'll never, ever get a standing ovation.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I just don't know. Chaperone? Please, I beg you, just this one time, please give me some advice that is appropriate and coherent to the situation. Should I marry Robert?
All right, this is it. The moment that I was talking about. Not only the culmination of the entire plot, but a moment that has brought me back to this record over and over again. Here it comes.
Well, my advice to you is...
And this is it. Listen.
Well, you can.
You see, you can't exactly make out what she says because someone drops a cane. I'll play it for you again.
Well, you can.
Is she saying live while you can or leave while you can?
Well, you can.
I mean, it's Beatrice Stockwell, so it could just be a cynical quip. But hey, we are at a wedding after all, and that's exactly what you think when you're standing at the altar. Live or leave. And you have to live, because you do love her. In some way, it's not an exact science. A hand doesn't come down out of the sky and point you to the one you're supposed to be with. So one day you say to someone, you say, I love you, and you basically phrase it as a question, but they accept it as a fact, and then suddenly there she is, standing in a $3,000 dress with tears in her eyes. And her nephew made the chuppah. So what do? Do you say, no, I was only kidding. It was just a joke. No, you can't. You live. Right? And so for a couple of months, you stare at this alien figure in bed beside you, thinking to yourself, who are you? Who are you? And then one day you say it out loud, and from there it's a trial separation and marriage counseling, and you're constantly redefining and reevaluating and revisiting. And so you lose a deposit on the house, and the whole relationship ends on a particularly sour note with your only copy of Gypsy flying through the air and smashing against the living room wall. But still, in a larger sense, in a broader sense, it's better to have lived than left, right?
Well, you can.
You have no idea how many times I've listened to that.
Oh, Chaperone, you certainly do have a way with words. Robert, my answer is yes, I will marry you.
Wonderful, wonderful!
Well, Mr. Belsey, it looks like this wedding's done.
You're in trouble now.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
But there is. I found a replacement. A new leading lady. Presenting Kitty, the incredible. Now, Kitty, concentrate and show these boys how you can read my mind. My mind.
Okay. I'm getting something. Oh, it's coming to me. Kitty, will you marry me? Oh, why, yes, Mr. Falcon, I will.
Isn't she amazing?
Oh, hey.
Say, what are you waiting for? You ladies go put on your umbrellas. We'll get married in one big clump.
I don't know how you do it all, George. 4 weddings in one day? I guess you're everyone's best man now.
I am?
Yes, of course.
I am!
Hip hip hooray!
He's George, that's George, the best man, George. I'm honored. What a best man. He's basking in the glory of a 5-pound body. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time.
Celebrate a happy wedding.
Okay, okay. Everybody just remain calm. This happens sometimes. It's a very old apartment with horrible wiring. Everybody, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna concentrate, and we're gonna keep the show alive in our minds. Okay, don't talk to anyone. Don't let yourselves get distracted, and I'm gonna try to find one of those, fuse box. Everybody, who is it?
It's the super. Hi. Your lights are out. Yeah, but we have to shut the power off because we're replacing the breaker panel in the basement.
Yes.
This is so we replaced it, but when we shut the power off, the breakers in all the apartments trip. That's what happens. It's normal.
Yes.
So, I gotta reset your break.
Now? It'll only take a second. Alright.
Because I tried calling earlier before, but there was no answer. Here we go. What was that?
It was a record.
Well, what kind of music was that?
It was a record, you know, a play, a musical.
You like musicals?
No.
Oh. I love musicals. I go with the wife all the time. It's amazing what they can do nowadays. Did you see Saigon? They landed a helicopter on stage in that one. Yeah, I've seen them all. I've seen Cats, Les Mis, 79 Feet, or so. Did it like
Oh, is that like goodbye?
Well, that's it. That's it. One note away from the end of the show, and the mood is broken. Wait a second. I should just start it again from the beginning. Wait. No. I can't do that. Can I? It's just you have to understand. I love this show so much. And I haven't even seen it. My mother, she's the one that got me the record. This was just before my father left us. You know, he didn't leave because of the record. No. I'm sure it didn't help matters. All right, look, it's not a perfect show. The spit-take scene is lame, and the monkey motif is labored. But none of that matters, right? None of that matters. It does what a show is supposed to do. It takes you to another world. And it gives you a little tune that sticks with you in your head. You know? A little something to distract you from the dreary horrors of the outside world. A little something for when you're feeling blue. You know? As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, barely sure of where to go or what to
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
So we buckle our way.